Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, so my name is Michal Suski. I'm co-founder of Surfer, and today I will show you how to use the tool, what's inside, what you should pay attention to while you're optimizing your pages, finding new ideas for content, and well, writing the articles themselves. All right, so I will share my screen now. All right. So here is Surfer. This is what you see after you log in to Surfer. This is the home dashboard. And in the home dashboard, you'll be able to find out all your queries created for the audit, content editor, Serp Analyzer, content planner, and the keyword research. For content editors, you will be able to see current content score. So, how well optimized the page that you are producing is already. And most importantly, you can start the analysis by providing a keyword or a URL in the input. So, let's start with how to do SEO. And I would like to um, make this weekly walkthrough uh, from ideation, so the content planner tool, through execution using content editor tool, and finish it up with the audit tool so we can analyze what's going on the page that is already published. So in general, in Surfer you'll find the information about how to write the content so it is SEO optimized, what to write about to grow your domain in specific direction, and what's wrong with your content on the page that is ranking or not ranking already. I mean, not ranking yet. Okay, so let's start with the content planner. Instead of, well, maybe I can create it, but it will take a while. So I will move to something that I already created. So how to run social media, for example, this is pretty good topic or cluster. And let's start with ideation, because without the idea of what to write about to move into the right direction, we will just spend time on creating articles that won't move the needle for the business. So when you consider adding more content to your page, start with the content planner and put some sort of informational type of keyword in in the input. And I used how to run social media because that was the content planner created for a client who was about to improve his visibility on the social media services around it in general. So Surfer pulled 193 clusters. And what are clusters? Clusters are a group of keywords that you have to rank together. Each tile, the tile I clicked, is a cluster, is a group of keywords, and you see these keywords here. And we pulled 193 clusters, which is quite a lot. And it means that if we want to become an expert in running social media, we have to create almost 200 articles to prove that we are really experts and our domain covers all of the topics that people want to read about regarding social media marketing, employee advocacy, new trends on social media, advertising in social media, SEO social media tips, audience in social media, engagement, how to use YouTube for business, entrepreneur without social media, is it possible, and so on. So all of these topics, as you can see, there's quite a lot of these. You should consider creating if you want to become an expert in how to run social media. So, with that in mind, let's pick one of the topics that we like and let's try to write an article. So, those most important topics to cover, most related to the seed keyword, are on top. So topics on top should be considered as topics to cover first. Topics at the bottom should be considered as topics, well, covered later. This is prioritized list from top to bottom, from left to right. And of course, you can apply some filters to it, because if you have a clearly informational intent in mind, so content for the blog, you should select informational intent here. So all of these clusters will will be maybe not sorted, but yeah, we will filter out different intent, leaving only informational. While you want to do something for like customer investigation, which is most likely affiliate business, then you will have topics like marketing tools for social media, best time to post, best applications, social media growth hacks, books, management tools, multiple social media accounts, and blah blah blah. These topics are occupied by commercial investigation type of content, meaning that most likely it is some kind of affiliate keyword. So if we want to do the blog, I select informational, and that's my list. Of course, you can filter by the search volume, number of keywords, but I used to filter by intent only and start from the top. And for example, B2B social media marketing, let's try this one out because, well, why not? So I will open this one, review this list of keywords. If it's something that I don't like, I can click on it and it will be excluded from the analysis. What's important is that you should turn on NLP if you have it, because NLP stands for natural language processing, and it makes uh, your guidelines for the content writing better because it incorporates AI, it incorporates like some algorithms to figure out most important and most meaningful terms to use in the content. Without NLP, it is okay, but with NLP, it is just better. So I will create the content editor for this cluster. So we will start the process of using this tool as a content strategy tool. So these 193 clusters is our content strategy to take over running social media and becoming an expert. And the first step is to create the first article that is SEO optimized and to put it on our website. So it will take a while because we will take into account all of these keywords, create guidelines not only for a single one, but to like get the search results from the whole top, from all of these keywords, analyzing top tens for all of these terms, and this way you will be able to rank for all of these keywords as the guidelines will be the most suitable to the whole set of keywords, not to just a single keyword. So that being said, I will just wait a little bit longer for it to load because this is, well, part of the process that I don't want to interrupt. So I will use that moment to. That's actually a second webinar for me today. So my throat is slightly, well, thirsty. So yeah, I might need some breaks during the webinar, but not it's not that bad. But yeah, since it's still loading, in the meantime, I will just show you what's going on at the bottom of this list. So the the lower we go, the more far away from the most relevant topics we go. But it doesn't mean that these topics at the bottom are not important. Take a look at these topics. I'm on the at the very bottom now. And you have analysis on social media, marketing tips for the holidays. Well, this is slightly off, but how to promote products on social media, this is crazy important. Or social ads tools, or social selling, how to get clients, well, kind of most likely through social media. uh, so well, yeah, of course we go slightly far away, like funny quotes on Twitter, but how to run a business Facebook page, this is definitely important. So if you start at the top of the list, you will have plenty of ideas to work on, and of course you don't have to cover every single one. If you don't like something, like if you don't offer services for restaurants, you can skip it and move to the next one. But well, it will be good to have it, but it's not like required. The more you have, the better. But we want, uh, really force you to do this. But we have the first article, like first guidelines created. So now we can move from the ideation phase to execution phase with the content editor. So I will basically open the content editor. There is another link, copy public link, and this will be something that you will use to outsource the content. So someone else is writing, you copy the public link, you send it over, and the person who has the link doesn't have to log into Surfer. It can just write the content. So we will open the content editor because I will write it by myself. Why not? So yeah, let's take a look. We have 8 words already counted, first, second, and well, up to 8. We have 0 subheadings, we have only H1. We have 1 paragraph, which is here, and we have 0 images. Let's create an image. I would just, uh, you know, uh, copy and paste from clipboard. That's my image. I have image alt. I can add B2B, social media marketing, okay, marketing, and it counts. Okay, so we have my first keyword included. So this is how you basically use the content editor. So you have the editor on the left hand side and the guidelines on the right hand side. If you don't know what are the social media platforms, you can click on it and get the examples of use of how your competitors use specific term. Of course, you can well rephrase these or ideally write them by yourself with this kind of research handy. But what's the goal of writing in the content editor? The goal is to hit required guidelines. And with these required guidelines, let me elaborate on it a little bit, because these guidelines come from the best ranking competitors, and not only best ranking, but also best optimized, because we will calculate the content score for every single competitor in the top 10, and then we will select these that have the highest content score. So you optimize against those guys who are the best with their content. So these guidelines are not like out of the blue. These guidelines come from reverse engineering competitors. They come from AI algorithms that find these NLP entities, which are most important and most meaningful words and phrases among competitors' content. And you literally just have to write content as usual, but inspire yourself with these things on the right hand side. Of course, you don't have to use them all. It will be great if you could, but I can understand it. So focus on the top of the list. That's really a good idea, to focus on the top of the list, because this way you will, like, this list is prioritized. Yeah. So these terms at the top are more important than terms at the bottom. So if you cannot make it all, it's 78 phrases, quite a lot, I know. But if you cannot make it all, make the top half. If you cannot make the top half, make a top quarter. Uh, well, actually, the top quarter will be the minimum you should aim for. But in general, if you go for the top quarter, top half, that will be all right. Of course, you can search through that list, so we can, for example, put B2B in here, and we'll have all the variations of the B2B organizations, marketing, and so on. Um, you can also hide terms that are already optimized. We don't have any optimized terms yet, but if I will use B2B buyers three times, it will be gone. Okay, so I will just B2B buyers, B2B buyers, B2B buyers, and it's gone. Now it's back. All right, as you can see, my score is down again because I don't have these B2B. Oops, I had it in my clipboard. I don't have this B2B buyers anymore on the page. And this term is on top of the list, so it contributes to the score a lot. Of course, it's a good idea to have the exact keyword in title, for example. So I will just use B2B social media marketing. And my score is, whoa, 32. So that's great. That's great. It contributes to the score a lot because, well, this factor is pretty important to have an exact keyword in H1. And, well, what else you need to know about the content editor? Let's pretend, like, I will take someone else's content, for example, this one, and I will pretend that is mine so we can, well, try to optimize it. We will see what's actually wrong with it because you can use content editor not only to create content from scratch, you can use it as well to optimize existing articles. So as you can see here, we have an article, we have some keywords green, we have most of the keywords red. So we have to focus on these missing terms and include them within the content to improve the score. And in fact, we are not doing it for the score, but we are doing it to optimize the article so it's semantically correct. It covers all of the surrounding topics. It has all of the words and phrases that Google will be looking for while categorizing your article as the best answer for specific topic. So the basic stuff is ahead of. I mean, the basic stuff is done. We have some advanced customization ahead of us. So let's click on the gear icon. This gear icon will show you competitors that we base the audit, the guidelines on. As you can see, they have high content scores, the highest in the top 10. But of course, you can change it. Like if you don't like this guy, you can get rid of them contributing to the guidelines. You can select different pages if you want. The default one setting is in my opinion the default is all right. I mean, I don't use I don't change it too frequently. The only moment when I change it is when there's a different user intent behind one of the competitors. So if there is a listicle and I have an article, then you can remove them even though they have high content score. But other than that, just keep those with the highest content scores so you have the best benchmarks to compare with. And below, you will find the content structure, so the length, headings, paragraphs, and so on. And you can adjust the length, and the rest will adjust automatically. So if you don't have a budget for 4,000 words, even though with this suggested range, we allow you to, well, have only 2,000 and recalculate all the densities and structure for you. And here are the keywords. So we have three groups of keywords: green, yellow, and red. These are the most important keywords. These are like, you can definitely try to use some of them by clicking on the checkbox. Checkbox, I like it, I like it, I like it, I like it, I like it a lot. So you can improve the guidelines by, well, manually analyzing those keywords that may make sense to the article. Like, I mean, they all make sense, but we don't want to overwhelm the writers. It's already 80. And we figured out that these 80 are the most important terms, like these ones. But of course, you can add more. And you can add more from here. That's also possible. But as you can see on the red, there's quite a lot of crap, like some countries, like feedback, clicks, lift, link, you know, not so important. So yeah, in general, phrases on the top are the ones that you want to use. And there is also a blacklist. And what is the blacklist? As you can see here, there's a keyword removed thing, and it has this lock. If you hover the keyword that you don't like and click on the lock, the term will land on a blacklist, like keyword one, blacklist, lot, blacklist. So uh, things, I will blacklist too. Oh, I will blacklist quite a lot of these yellow keywords. As you can see, these yellows are not super important. So, uh, well, you can find some golden nuggets there, yet um, it will be most likely a source of blacklisting. Um, if you put a keyword on a blacklist, it will be blacklisted automatically. I mean, not not taken into account automatically in your future articles. So if you will build a blacklist, you will stack these keywords. Well, eventually you will clean it up more and more and improve the experience. But well, going with the default setting, let's get back to it. Going with the default setting is all you need, really. If you want to dig deeper, you can, but you don't have to. Okay. What's there? What else is there? Topics and questions. So we will scrape some people also ask questions. We will scrape competitors headings if you want to go through them, and you can select and have them handy. And you can do some keyword research in there as well. These guys are search terms found in Surfer's database. You can select some of these that you like. Okay, you can of course add your own, and then notes, which is the place for a brief for the writer or notes for yourself. So let's go, and I will show you the topics. Topics are here. All of these questions from people also ask, and those custom topics that we selected. Notes are empty because I didn't add them. All right. So sharing. You can share guidelines using public link. It's here. Boom, 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 boom. And without logging into Surfer, you get this input only content editor that will allow you to write and or your writers write. And well, you can share it with anyone, with the client, with the writer, with well, with anyone. So this is how it works. You write the content here and you see the progress here. Actually, we got rid of all of the content. So I will bring it back. And here is back again. But you may use some other tools in your processes, like for example, Google Docs. So you can create a new Google document and have these guidelines handy on the right-hand side. And it will require Surfer's content editor extension that is available on our website, surferseo.com, and features content editor extension. And there you go. You install the extension. It's extension for the Chrome browser, used by 7,000 people already, pretty trusted. And what's cool is that it is not only the Google Docs extension, but it will also allow you to write SEO optimized content within your WordPress. So Gutenberg, Classic Editor, Elementor, or the Oxygen Builder, they are all covered along with the Webflow and Shopify blog platform. So you'll be able to use Surfer inside, so you don't have to copy and paste the content to optimize an existing article. So we have the content editor and the content planner most likely covered. So you know how to find ideas, you know how to execute these ideas with the content editor. And of course, you can make your life easier and use, for example, Conversion AI to write the content faster with help of AI. This is fairly useful, so you can definitely do this. But let's move on to the audit, because the audit will be something that will help you with um, most likely after the article lands on the website. I used to create an audit to find out what are internal links that I should uh, add to the page I created. Let's get it. Let's do it again. So I that was just too quick. I move to the audit here on the top. Then you provide a keyword, and then you provide the URL that should be ranking for this keyword. So you have a pair of URL and main keyword of that URL. And this is the example of this kind of pair. Surfer SEO review and miloszkrasiński.com/Surfer SEO review. So this is his page of Surfer SEO review. And in this section, internal links, you will be able to find URLs that are related to the topic, and then Surfer will crawl these URLs telling you if you have internal link there or not. And in this case, we found two articles that should have internal link to this article, Surfer SEO review, but they don't have it. We not only highlight that it's missing, but we also tell you where you should consider adding the internal link. And imagine the process. So it looks like this. You start with the content planner, find interesting topic to strengthen your topical relevance in your niche. So you create a content editor, you write the SEO optimized content, and you publish it on the website, and then you create this audit for that main keyword and the URL, and Surfer will find other related pages in your domain that you can use as internal links sources. This process is extremely easy and pretty straightforward. You have three steps: ideate, execute, and link. In this case, internal link. But I think I owe you an explanation of what else you can find in audit. So in audit, you can find content score. So you can compare yourself to competitors, content score wise. You can find some common backlinks. So backlinks that are domains that are commonly linking to your competitors, but not linking to you. Like you can click on the domain, you see where is the link, so homepage, article, and who has the link: authority hacker, Matthew Woodward, monetized pros, then is bloggers ideas, and then is niche pursuits. The best link is from homepage, then the second best is this one from for bloggers ideas, and then niche pursuits. So this is some sort of a list that you can try to utilize in outreach, for example. Then we have internal links that is already analyzed, and then we have terms to use. And the terms to use is something just like the content editor, but in real life environment. So you will have the analysis done to the whole page. So if your template injects bad things to your content, like sidebars, like some comments, some noise around the article, Audit will pick it up and will tell you that, for example, now your article is not 2,000 words long, it's 3,000 words long, and the density is too low for the main keywords, so you have to increase it. So the audit is like a sanity check. After you create an article, you can go through the audit and find out if you have some missing terms, underused or overused within the article. That's this is like a second, third step. Okay, but the most important is internal links here, because your article will be already pretty well optimized after content editor, and this is something like a check. um, then we will analyze the length in the whole article and specific segments like headings, paragraphs, and bolded words and keywords. Like, then we have the exact keywords analyzed. So we have exact in title, which is way to go. Everyone has it. Then we will have exact keywords density, and actually Milos is the lowest when it comes to exact keyword density, so he should probably use Surfer SEO review a little bit more frequently. He has it in title and H1, but he does not have it in supportive headings. Take a look. Matthew has Surfer SEO review in some sort of heading between H2 and H6, the same authority hacker, the same monetized pros, the same bloggers ideas, and Miłosz and niche pursuits are the only guys missing. So, well, this is where you have to add these keywords. Let's take a look at paragraphs and under optimized again. So especially comparing to niche pursuits and monetized pros, definitely increase at just at least a few. What about image alts? Only bloggers' ideas utilize this place. Is it worth considering? Probably using it once there will be a good idea, even though these guys didn't use it. Then we will have the partial keywords, so all of the variations and single words from the search term. And here is pretty okay, slightly under optimized, but not bad at all. And the same about the segments, so you can go through the segments and find out, for example, what about partials in headings? A bit too low. What about partials in paragraphs? A bit too low. What about partials in image alts? Way too low. So as you can see, Milosh has some issues with the page. Page structure, single H1, that's great. Monetized pros, triple H1, not so great. And other structural elements, title and description length, and time to first byte. Whoa. Milosh, who is hosting your website? Load time, 14 seconds. Way too high. So Miłosz has a few issues here. First, this page is not using all of the words and phrases we suggest to use. Then it is under optimized considering exact keywords and partial keywords, and it is way too slow. And what I can do now is I can share it, and I can share it with Milos. Like I can send him an email and send this link, and he will be able to see it without logging into the server and will scratch his head looking at these issues. Like terms to use, pretty bad. Partial keywords, pretty bad. Exact keywords, bad. And time to first byte, load time, extremely bad. So as you can see here, this audit is pretty cool, not only to add those internal links, but also to review what's going on your existing pages. And now let's move on to another tool that is slightly more complex. That will be Content Planner for the domain. And Content Planner for the domain allows you to find low-hanging fruits inside your website. So you have to connect Google Search Console with Surfer, and with that in place, we will be able to fetch your properties and create the analysis based on the real data coming from Google Search Console. So I have analyzed some pages, and let's take a look at surferseo.com/blog, because you don't have to put the whole domain there. If you have in mind some specific area of the website, like blog, for example, you can add /blog, and then Surfer will fetch only the URLs that have /blog in the URL structure. So let's take a look. So Surfer has 90 pages based on the Google Search Console data under the /blog prefix. And what we can do about it, the most important thing is to click here, low-hanging fruits. And low-hanging fruits apply some custom set of filters. So we will select pages that are ranking between position 10 and 20, which is the striking distance. You can of course adjust it to 8 and 30. Oops. It's also some sort of a striking distance. and Surfer will list pages that are within the striking distance and will sort them by the content score. So for example, this article, you can start to optimize it with content editor, open the link, and we will fetch the content from the page and will tell you which words and phrases are missing. This is just a press release, so it is not optimized at all, yet we can definitely do it. So let's take a look at another article. For example, this TF-IDF, this is a Polish article, so we can also optimize it. So yeah, we are missing quite a lot of terms in here as well. So as you can see with the low-hanging filters, you are able to analyze quickly what you should do with your pages, and by that I mean where are priorities for your optimization. So you select the low-hanging fruits, you get pages that have uh, that are in the striking distance and they have low content score. And this combination of low content score and relatively high positions like page 2 of Google, this is a great combination because you already have expertise, you already have authority to rank, but you are missing content optimization. So when you create content planner for the domain, make sure to click the low hanging fruits and get the list prioritized for you, so you know where to start optimizing your existing articles. So yeah, we also have some other features. And I think, like, I would like to ask you a question. Aren't you overwhelmed yet? Should I go through the Serp Analyzer and the keyword research? How do you feel about what you saw already? Let me know. Let me know on the chat. Keep going. Okay, Paul. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Kelly. Let's go. Let's go. We have a good time. 38 minutes so far, not too long. So, yeah, let's get to it. Serp Analyzer. Serp Analyzer. Serp Analyzer. What I want to tell you about this tool. This is the tool that it all started. This is how Surfer started, actually, with that tool, Serp Analyzer. Serp Analyzer tool uh, is a tool that gathers data from SERPs. So basically, you will scrape the search results and analyze a lot of factors telling you what's going on in the SERP. So let's take a look at this keyword difficulty keyword. And this is the SERP Analyzer. This is a tool that I don't want you to start with. I mean, this tool is complex. This tool requires some knowledge, and you will get more out of the audit and editor and the content planner if you are new to Surfer. Yet I owe you explanation, of course. So this is the SERP Analyzer. You see the chart in the middle, and Jim, if you are pretty close to the overload, you can drop off. And yeah, I'm serious. I'm serious. You can drop off. Wait a second. Wait just one second. I will show you one thing that you can take a look at in here and drop off. I don't want to overwhelm you. You'll get a lot out of Surfer from the features I showed you. And these aha moments are there. Here is deep dive into the data. So before I go through those left-hand side menus, bottom menus, and all kind of stuff, I will show something for Jim. Keywords. This tab will show search terms that top competitors rank for, and they rank for together. And with that in mind, I tell you that there are 5 pages in the top 10 ranking for what is keyword difficulty in SEO and so on. And uh, this actually tells me that these are in the same cluster, so I can rank for all of them. And it is kind of determined by the relevance. If the relevance is above 50%, let's say, you can definitely consider these keywords as the same cluster, so you will be able to rank for all of them if you optimize against the keyword difficulty keyword that we started with. So Jim, this is some sort of keyword research extra tip on how you can um, find more keywords that you can add to your content, so you can, like, because these keywords are meant to be ranked together, so you can go through this list and maybe add some of these to your page. And well, yeah, this is something I wanted to show you. And now let's explain what the hell is this chart and why are we looking at this. So I will tell you how we've been using it in the past before we figured out the audit and the editor and so on, so you can get the idea of why we created this tool. So it displays at this point averages values of the top 10, second page, third, fourth, and fifth of those factors you can find on the left hand side. And here we have by default selected body words, so content length, to be more human. um, you can turn off the averages and see, oops, okay, and see the length of every single page. As you can see, they change here, so you can go through it. Boom, 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 boom. And we've been using this way. So we take a look at the average is 1600. So we aim for 1600. And you can find yourself on this list or add your URL here, compare your website to competitors. Actually, I'm ranking somewhere around um, 25. So I can click here, show on chart, and see, I can see my current length. And it appears that I'm slightly too long. So I should probably decrease my content length. And we've been using this tool to go through all of the factors like exact keywords, exact keywords density, and here I'm way too low. I should definitely go up, especially if I consider averages. I'm like halfway with my exact keyword density. But well, this tool is for people who like to, well, spend some time with the data and play with it, have fun, and well, basically they like data, they like tables, they like numbers. If I'm about to spend my time most effectively, I'm using Content Editor or the Audit. They are simplified versions of this, because with this, you have access to all of the factors we calculate. You can analyze correlations and, well, connections between factors and so on. But this is not something where the money is. The money is in scaling up your processes, in doing it in the same way over and over, so you have this like streamlined process that is easy to scale up, repetitive, without the human error. So uh, in my, like, this is kind of controversial, but I will tell it to you. uh, Serp Analyzer is a tool that proves that Surfer actually gathers data. So with this tool, we show you we have it all. You can check it on your own manually with all of these, exact keyword density in meta description. You can have it, or query words like meta description. Are they using the word keyword in meta description, and how frequently? You can check it out. Yes, they do. There's a pretty strong correlation there. So it could be considered as a pretty important ranking factor. So using more keyword in meta description, may be something significant. So, well, but it requires some clicks. You have to go through this list and analyze it. So the Serp Analyzer is for the keywords you are really stuck with. Is for the keywords that you don't know what to do next, and you like build backlinks, optimize with the content editor, run an audit, added internal links, and still something is not clicking. So you can use the Serp Analyzer then, go through the list of factors on the left-hand side and find out if you are not an outlier in one of these elements. And that may save you, in fact, some time because you will be able to rank the page quicker. Yet, this tool is like considered as a raw data that is an input to our tools like content editor and the audit. So when you want to work for the client, for yourself, like a lot of pages to optimize, go for the audit, go for the content editor. These are the places where you will find a lot of efficiency, yet here you will find the most details, the most detailed data about the SERP. So this is what I wanted to show you about the SERP Analyzer, kind of warn you before you dive into that data. um, well, this view consists of like pages, title, description, URL, content score, domain score. You can show them on the chart. You can remove them from the analysis if they are some sort of outliers because of the super extreme domain strength, like Wikipedia or Amazon or like something like that. Yet I would recommend you using basically the audit and the editor, and then if it doesn't help, then you can try this. This is here to prove we have the data. And as for the keyword research, with the content planner in place, the keyword research is pretty obsolete obsolete tool, because this is pretty basic tool that will tell you about what are the similar keywords to the keyword we started it with. So can dogs eat onions? And here you will get all of the keywords that will be related to dogs eating onions, and on the top it will be super relevant to the main keyword. At the bottom it will be like slightly less, but still inside the topical cluster, like onion food poisoning symptoms, most likely for the dogs. So yeah, this is something you can definitely try to use. It has three features like similar keywords, questions, so the questions about this topic, and it will be also having same terms, so keywords that are variations of the seed keyword. And my favorite use of this is something like that. I will just type gift for, maybe I've been niche down, boyfriend. Okay. And I will run keyword research and create having same terms analysis. And I have all sort of gift for boyfriends kind of keywords. So like surprise gift, Christmas gift, personalized for birthday, for some other reasons, and 3-year anniversary, 21st birthday, and so on. So with the keyword research, you can find some keywords basically. But if you have the content planner, I would definitely go for gift for boyfriend using the content planner tool and get them all clustered. So not only a list of keywords, but a list of topics you have to cover. And with this, I think that's all I wanted to share with you today. So any questions? Maybe we still have 11 minutes, and we still have Kelly and Paul. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them now. If not, then I just want to say thank you for watching today's weekly walkthrough webinar. It was pretty good. I think I managed to share all of the tips and tricks that you should know before using Surfer. So yeah, have a great day, everyone, and cheers. Oh, yeah, there's a question. I'm new to both Surfer and Conversion AI. How exactly do you access Surfer within Conversion AI? Paul, great question. So you have to log into Surfer. Oops, not here. You have to log into Surfer in one tab. Okay, like I'm logged into Surfer here, and you have to log into Conversion AI and click this button, SEO mode. It will show the Surfer's guidelines if you are logged into Surfer in the same browser. And of course, Kelly, let me know, like send me an email. I will send you recording tomorrow because it takes some time to process. Yet I feel like this weekly walkthrough was so successful that we will use it as a benchmark for the nearest future, as like a reference point. It was pretty good. So yeah, I will send you over. Let me copy your email because of course I will lose it later on, and I will put it here. Okay, Kelly. So I hope you don't mind. So yeah, thanks for joining me today. That was really a pleasure for me to walk you through today. Paul, have a great time with improving your workflow. And Kelly, thanks for being here. Have a great day and talk to you soon.